Hey, what's going on, Atlanta Falcon fans, man? Y'all know who it is. Your boy Antoine Smitty Smith, Smitty Sports Machine, man. Y'all know I get down. Y'all know how I do it. Got to stop in right quick, man. NFL trade deadline is November 4th at 4 o'clock, and I still feel like the Falcons need some help. They have about 5.8 million in cap space, which is not much. But you can always make moves, and sometimes the trading team, pays off some of the salary for the contract to fit to make the deal. And I still feel like wide receivers is a position that they still need to look at. Darnell Mooney. Darnell Mooney has missed a good little bit of time due to injury. And if you look at his numbers, um, this year and last year, he had 64 catches for 992 yards, 15.5 yards a catch last year, and 5 touchdowns. This year in 3 games, 7 catches, 79 yards. And I'm telling y'all, I just feel like Darnell Mooney, man, with the injuries, it could be a concern, a small concern. But at the same time, it could be a blessing in disguise. I'm not wishing injuries on nobody. But sometimes, you can make way for better because some things happen. And that's just life, man. That's with everything. And there's a receiver that I think, and shout out to all the content creators who already talked about this guy. Um, I saw some of them say they would make the move, they wouldn't make the move. But I'm going to just go ahead and say it, man. Jaylen Waddle of the Miami Dolphins, he actually just signed a new deal, man. 3 years, I think it was $84 million, if I'm not mistaken. And that's a pretty nice piece of change, man, for a receiver. And actually, to me, it's the going rate for receivers, man. Anywhere from $27 to $40 million, it's the going rate for receivers. And he's the number two in Miami under Tyreek Hill, who went out with an injury and made him probably the top guy. But at the same time, the Miami Dolphins are pretty much blowing their team up because they made a lot of moves already. Uh, I think they cut Christian Wilkins. I know that for sure. Christian Wilkins. Then you look at Jalen Ramsey. They traded him to the Steelers. So I think there are more moves to come. And I think they're going to blow it up to the point where they just have to completely rebuild. And whoever is the coach after Mike McDaniel, because I think he's gone after this year, they got a job ahead of them, man. But yeah, 3 years, $84 million. But let's look at the numbers, man. Let's look at the numbers. This year, his base salary on 1.1 million, and the extension starts next year. I'm sorry, yes, next year starts next year. So his base salary this year is only 1.1. His signing bonus 3.7. Team option, workout, cap hit, and all of that equals to 8,000. I'm sorry, $8 million. So when you look at it, I think if they do make a move, they'll pay the signing bonus, which is 3.7. So that dropped that number down to about a little bit under 5, like 5.3, 5.4. Which is very doable for the Falcons. And this is what I like about this contract, man, the way it's structured. They've already restructured it one time. And the base salary for next year is 1.2. And the workout bonuses, the options, and the signing bonus and all that equals to 11.6. And that's a steal for a guy like Jaylen Waddle. Then you go to year 3 is when the real money kick in. 23 million base salary, signing bonus 3.7. All that good stuff. It totals out to $33 million, which is still good because at that point, the top receiver will be well in the mid 40s. When you talk about top receiver money, and he's not a top receiver. He's really he's a second tier guy to me, and he's right into that T Higgins range when it comes to money because I think T Higgins, he got about 25 if I'm not mistaken, and that could balloon towards 30 towards the end of that deal. And 33 million in that year, and then if things are not working out in 2028, it is 25 million. But it did cap space in that last year is only 9.7, which is very doable. But with the cap hit, the last year is 37 million. But like I said, when that time comes in 3 years, the top receiver will probably be in the mid 40s, probably $50 million range, and that's crazy to say for a wide receiver. But the Atlanta Falcons, man. The reason why I would think about making this move, man. Let's look at Jaylen Waddle, man. His numbers. First 3 years in the league, 1,000 yards receiving. He was that guy coming out of Alabama, 4.37 speed, decent hands, runs route pretty good. And if you look at the way he runs route, he sort of reminds you a little bit of Calvin Ridley with speed. He can stretch the field because his second year in the league in 2022, he had 1,356 yards, 18.1 yards a catch, and 8 touchdowns. So you talk about a guy that can fly. He's that guy. And even this year, they're 1-5. He has 29 catches for 390 yards, 13 yards a catch, 3 touchdowns. So he, to me, if you want a guy that can take the top off of the defense, vertical, a great run after the catch guy, this is that guy. And like I said, sometimes um, you got to bite the bullet if you want to compete. And as we always say, you got to spend money to make money. And teams like the Eagles, you've seen all the great moves they made to bring in more veteran talent along with young guys, and they mixed it very good. Then you look at other teams like the Cleveland Browns, who just can't get right. So that's the bottom of the spectrum. The Eagles at the top of the spectrum. And if the Falcons want to compete and be a Super Bowl caliber team, these type moves they're going to have to make. But Jaylen Waddle, uh, I think he would be a dynamic piece. However, he has had a little bit of locker room problems with the Miami Dolphins, and that could happen because when you're dysfunctional and you're bad in your front office, your team is going to be a reflection of your front office. Because it's what they put on the field is what they want fans to pay their money to see. But speaking of paying money, you want to pay your money to see the Falcons, and you get this guy along with a Michael Penix, a Drake London, a Kyle Pitts, and the Falcons got a lot of decisions to make who they want to pay. Drake London is one of those guys. He's due up for a contract. He's going to be anywhere from 25 to 30 million. You got Kyle Pitts, who's going to be anywhere from 15 to 20 million. So the numbers on this contract, they work in the Falcons' favor. Like I said, the big money don't come out towards the end of the contract. In the very last year, if you're not happy with what you bought, return it back to where it came from. Cut it. $9.7 million cap hit last year. I'm sorry, last year this contract. But yeah, Jaylen Waddle, I'm sold. But it's just tricky with the contract, man. Can you work in the money? I think they can because even this year, like I said, they'll pay the signing bonus. So that number dropped to around, I would say, with the Falcons having cap space. And I think if they wanted to cut somebody off the team with a bigger number contract, I think it would work. But Jaylen Waddle to the Atlanta Falcons, man, y'all let me know what y'all think. Drop those comments. Let's debate. Let's have fun as always, man. Y'all know how we doing on Sports Machine. It's your boy Antoine Smith signing off. I will holler at y'all soon, man. Peace.